Let us now, in this sacred, eternal moment, begin to breathe the holy, sacred in-breath and out-breath consciously, because it now reminds us that we breathe the breath of Brahma, the breath of the divine. All sacred, all creation has the sacred in-breath and out-breath. We acknowledge that we are on the journey of the in-breath of the divine, a journey back to source, back to the fullness and the wholeness of ourselves. And it was the great out-breath that brought forth the new creations that are endless in the birth and rebirth of all cycles, of all creation that is endless and eternal. And so we find ourselves individually and collectively in this moment of a higher cosmic awareness and our place in it. And as we do, there is this pillar of profound light that comes over us individually and collectively. It is strong, it is powerful, and it flows in now. We can feel it in the back of our heads, on the top of our heads. It moves into each and every in-breath and out-breath that brings the life force into the very cellular level, into our own atomic and subatomic levels, that all parts of ourselves are touched by this grace that is flowing in so strong and powerful. And this color that flows in, that presents itself, is a sky blue, coming from the highest realms of light, beyond the paradise worlds, beyond the Shambhala worlds, a great and powerful emanation from the source divine, moving through the aeons, through the dimensions, through the timelines, through the gematриas, through the chakra systems, through the flows of consciousness, through the cosmic in-breath and out-breath, coming in here in this most sacred moment as a divine grace and blessing in every part of our physical, mental, and emotional bodies. Now respond to it as it continues to flow in. Our entire bodies breathe the in-breath and out-breath, no longer limited to just the nostrils and the mouth, but the entire body falls into a sacred divine rhythm of in-breath and out-breath, with the understanding that the very air we breathe is rarefied, connected and integrated into this flowing energy from divine source, coming in as a color of blue, sky blue, that is impossible to describe in the language we have. It is a transcendent sky blue, a blue that this world cannot produce or has seen. But it is the energy that flows in and through us now in this most holy and sacred moment. And as we allow and surrender into this unconditional love that wraps us, into this perfect peace and perfect balance, all issues of the world, of a material world, all of those things simply fade away. And we allow ourselves to totally embrace this gift, this love, this presence, this connection, this divine and sacred communion that is taking place in this moment. In this moment, we can feel and sense and know the grace. We can allow this respite from the physical, mental, and emotional worlds as this loving embrace continues to assist us in the expansion of our consciousness and the upliftment of our energies to where the very electron spin in our atomic levels speeds up, bringing us and integrating us into the higher parts of ourselves, bringing us up into the higher light bodies, into our overself and higher self, into the expanded parts of ourselves where we now sense the boundlessness and the infinity of who and what we are as we transverse the boundlessness of this experience that is truly endless. And it is in this sacred, divine, cosmic in-breath that brings itself as a transcended sky blue color that we can perceive from our perspective. We breathe in this color and all that it represents. It consumes us totally. And we feel its love, its embrace of the divine. At that most sacred part of ourselves, the inner tabernacle, the Holy of Holies. And so with grateful hearts and our own very higher heart of compassion and unconditional love, resonating deeply and integrating with this unconditional love that flows in, with compassion that's beyond description, with loving understanding and wisdom of great cosmic vision of the wholeness of the source of love of all things. We simply are in this sacred divine moment and embrace it. Like the bride and the bridegroom, as Jesus, the avatar of light, have spoken of, as the yin and the yang, as the all-embracing oneness and wholeness and fullness of this love that emanates from Source, bringing its loving power, its wisdom, and its holy guidance beyond the Shambhala worlds, beyond the worlds of the paradise, a high emanation of light held by the angelic ones, the archangels, and the radiant beings of light that can hold this vibratory rate and bring it into an octave that we can experience. And so we realize how blessed, how honored, and how grateful we are in this moment, for there is a recognition, an affirmation an acknowledgement of the path each individual takes as they walk the path, the commitment, the struggle, the yearning, the seeking, the understanding, the love, the light, all acknowledged, all understood, all supported, all embraced in this loving, cosmic embrace of the divine, of all the sparks that have been out into the multiverse to bring forth the experiences of divine, holy, sacred creation. And all of its creations and the miscreations, to bring back all into holy, sacred source of unconditional love. And a great cosmic memory as to how things are in this experience of a physical, mental, and emotional world. Coming in with the higher divine wisdom source and cosmic memory to bring in the higher wisdom to transverse a physical, mental, and emotional world. To remember once again that the great Gaia, our Earth Mother, part of an evolution and revolution around the great Logi of the great sun, Helios and Vesta. And that great sun around the great sun of Alcyone. And that great sun around the great constellations of where we find our local time-space continuum. But now there is the higher layer moving into the in-breath of the divine, a pulling in, a seeking back for home. And with this sky blue light, this transcendent light, moving in and through every part of our being, bringing us once again into this holy alignment as we journey back. And as we journey back, we succeed in our missions, our purpose for being, our commitments, our partnerships, our collaborations as the family of light, to bring healing, to bring balance and light to worlds that have forgotten. And so we allow ourselves to be completely integrated into this light that emanates, this light blue light that comes from a great, great city of light. And somehow the sense that we are familiar with this, we know it, we sense it, we feel it, for it brings us great peace. It brings us great balance. It brings us great joy and bliss, a sense of perfection. We continue to breathe the holy sacred in-breath and out-breath. And as we do, we can feel an upliftment as our consciousness continues to soar into the boundlessness of this experience. Knowing that each and every holy, sacred in-breath and out-breath is precious. Beyond measure, we are blessed. And as these great codes that come within the transcendent skylight of this blue, coming from the highest of crystalline worlds, jogging our memories, jogging our cosmic memories, bringing back the sacred story, bringing back the cosmic story, reconnecting our higher family of light, piercing through the illusion of separation, moving into such a frequency of light emanation that all that is not of light, all that is distorted, miscreated, misaligned, must fade away. And in this moment, we simply bask in this glory, in this blessing, as it reignites our cosmic memories. And so we will simply take this moment now to breathe this holy sacred space and allow this sacred energy to do what it does as it flows through our own nervous system, moving into the brain, into the neural nets, into the synapses, creating the Holy Trinity with the pituitary, the pineal, and the hypothalamus, igniting our own individual trinities with the higher trinities. This peace and this respite given to us in this moment. As all the light workers and wanderers, the indigos, the healers, the mystics, the teachers, all integrated into the higher Amishadai, the family of light, bringing forth the memory once again. And as the memory increases and reconnects, so does the alignments in the great remembrance. And we can sense and feel a sense of joy and peace and bliss. A regeneration of our own physical, mental, and emotional bodies as the very cells in our body as we hold this higher consciousness and experience, bringing it down the chakra system, down the aeons from our higher light bodies into all the subtle bodies, into the physical, mental, and emotional bodies. A divine healing, a divine purification, a divine balance and peace as we bask in the higher Shalom's, the transcendent peace, the peace that surpasses all human understanding, transcendent beyond time and space. So we simply take this moment to bask, integrate, and process this loving energy that flows in so deeply, so profoundly, and so strongly. We use our breath to breathe it in, integrate it, and release our love back as we receive love and we send love during this communion of heaven and earth. And with this divine sacred grace, we commit to our continued journey of light upon the earth, to be in Dharma and to fulfill our soul, pulse, and desire in the remembering of our purpose and why we are here. And that we are connected and anchored deeply with these higher parts of ourselves that brings to us the support, the memory, the love, the encouragement. We acknowledge those beings of light who share their light and deep compassion. We acknowledge the beings of light who radiate their light, blend with our light, ignite our light, support our light, comfort us, hold us, buoy us up in a world that has forgotten this. But we commit to holding and maintaining the memory of the higher worlds of light, our source connection, as we continue to inhale the sky blue light from the highest crystal line cities of light. We ignite once again our cosmic memory. We remember the cosmic story and our place in it, past, present, and future. We remember our cosmic relationships. We remember our cosmic partnerships, collaborations, as we serve the divine. We remember our capacity for unconditional love, for it is that love that has brought us to this world of forgetfulness. And as we seemingly can be in this state of bliss, great comfort, peace, and joy, we are grateful for this respite, this divine embrace, this encouragement, nourishment for the body, for the mind, and the spirit, to walk our path of light, to be in our sacred Dharma, to be the light of the world as we journey back home. And now we must put forth the intention to return back, for there is much to do. But this blue skylight has been integrated and processed within our frequency consciousness, ever there, connecting us and reminding us of this experience as it unfolds in the days and weeks to come. Before you go to bed, bring forth in mind the sky blue light coming from the ascended realms of light. And now we intend to be back, and as such, all the most radiant ones begin to draw in their electromagnetic field as we begin to draw in our electromagnetic field, slowly but steadily. And we intend to be back fully in our physical, mental, and emotional bodies, balanced and grounded to the earth, with great love in our hearts, great gratitude as we have been so blessed beyond measure, even as we'll continue to hold the frequency for a while. And so on the count of 3, we will intend to be back, awake, alert, and fully grounded. 1, 2, take a deep breath in, and 3, we are back, awake, alert, and we are very, very, very grounded.